today's video, we're gonna do a little bit of a day in the life. I have a weekend's worth of orders that need to be packed, so you're gonna ship with me, and you'll also follow along as I do some general housekeeping. Morgan and I have been buying a ton of inventory lately. Part of that issue then becomes organization. Bring everything down to the basement, you start to run out of room so fast. You gotta stay organized, you gotta stay neat, and today we're gonna catch up on a little bit of that. So before we get started, if you're new here, we would love for you to consider subscribing to our channel. Also leave a thumbs up, that would mean a lot. And as always, leave a comment down below. Morgan and I read every single one and we reply to every single one. Even the comments that don't make any sense or that aren't very nice. So without further ado, let's get to packing up some orders. Okay, so over the weekend, we had 10 orders come through, which came to about $770 total. So when it comes to shipping, I like to get the big tough ones out of the way first. Then when I'm tired and ready to do something else, I just have the small easy items. So this guy right here, this is a pretty sought after model kit that my dad actually found at a Savers. It looks like it's all complete in the package. Took 24 days to sell. The buy price was $23 and we sold it for $255 plus $35 shipping. Now that $35 shipping is gonna come in handy because this will be a big box. And right here is that big box. I highly recommend checking out your U-Haul stores if you are in need of large boxes. They have a large selection, different sizes. I think the prices are pretty reasonable for what you get, and I'm ready to get this one boxed up. Also, I wanna mention, I went ahead and inserted one more extra piece of cardboard just to protect the bottom from any punctures. And you get these large, kind of awkward boxes. You almost have to anticipate that they're gonna get set down kind of awkward at the same time. Everyone's human after all. And so you want to try to limit things coming up and poking through the bottom. So as I test fit this one inside, I think it's actually pretty perfect. By the time I wrap this with bubble wrap and the tissue paper, all the voids I think are going to be taken up pretty well. At this point, I'm definitely glad that we charged $35 for shipping. I'm going to use a piece of tape. When it comes to taping bubble wrap, I think there's two camps. Some say you do, it's fine. Some say don't you dare. In this scenario, I just want everything to stay nice and tight to keep that lid on the box while it ships. That's plenty of bubble wrap. This is not a very heavy item, but I do want the box to stay in nice shape in case they're that kind of collector. And then what I've got is perfect. I've got some voids here on each side. Again, like I said, just in case we do get something that comes through the box or a dent from the outside, then our goods are still protected. Now, outside of bubble wrap, this packing paper is my favorite packing material. The cost is almost nothing per sheet, so I use a ton of it whenever I have to ship something like this. It's really good at filling the voids. It keeps your package super light, which also saves on shipping. And we will cover up the top here with more paper, close her up, give her the old shake test, make sure everything sounds nice and quiet, and tape her up. Okay, so to make sure that we pay for the right shipping label, we obviously have to weigh this. I've got it on my scale, not touching any part of the table, so we know the full weight of the package is being suspended by the scale. We are at 10 pounds, 8 ounces. So we put that into eBay. Dimensions on the box, say 36¼ by 21 by 10½. Don't go by those. Use your own measurements. Trust me, I know. All right, so unfortunately, as you can see here, UPS ground, which is our preferred carrier for larger packages, $52.19. I went ahead and checked on Pirate Ship and also $52.19 there as well. Not much we can do about it. In general, Morgan and I are definitely noticing an increased cost when it comes to shipping this year, which means it's something we're definitely going to have to address and adjust moving forward. So this one gets a thank you sticker And then I do 3 fragile stickers, 1 on the front and 1 on each side. Tough one, good to go. Okay, next item up, fish pond. This is definitely a Bolo brand. Look out for that brand. It's kind of a fly fishing, outdoors kind of brand. Even in this condition, this thing sold for $50 plus $7.95 shipping. We're just gonna do a plain old padded mailer. I usually like to put a piece of tape across there just to really ensure that that doesn't come open. Comes in at 1 pound, 2 ounces, 3 by 12 by 10. We charged $7.95 and the shipping label costs $7.57. Next up, we have a PlayStation game. I always recommend when you ship any kind of disc media in its case, put a little piece of bubble wrap in there. Now you can't hear it shaking and moving. That does just kind of hold things nice and snug during shipping. Again, with the padded mailer. This time we will double it up. He weighs 5.9 ounces, so you round up 6 ounces. 1 by 11 by 6. So we charge $5.95. It comes to $5.16. Moving right along, we have a men's size 42 Western belt. This one sold for $14 plus $7.95 shipping. Okay, so I just got it in the box. We'll do a piece of packing paper on top. With these, I like to put our thank you sticker right on the lid. And then just 3 pieces of tape. 1, 2, 3. 12.8 ounces, so 13. And these boxes are 3 by 6 by 9. We charge $7.95 and the label costs $7.03. Let's go into Arizona. Moving along, we've got these Ramy Brook Zahara wide leg jeans. Big order here. So Morgan sold these for $103. We're getting $8.95 to ship them. So with clothing, this general size, we just do a poly mailer bag. And we ship it in the plastic bag that we store them in. So I'll fold over the top. I'll take out as much slack in the bag as I can. I'll fold that over so it's a little bit more snug. So that weighs 1 pound, 4.3 ounces, so 1 pound 5. And we put the tape measure on it and get 3 by 12 by 7. We charge $8.95. It's going to cost $8.65 to ship. It's another Arizona order. That's 2. Nice order there. These are some Olympic pins, the 1996 Summer Olympic Atlanta Games. Some of them are still sealed. We did free shipping and charged 12 bucks, 11 bucks. So something this size, these little padded mailers would be perfect. So $5 to ship. We're not making much money on that. It was a garage sale purchase, a couple little kids selling some of their things, and I think I went ahead and bought a handful for $1. Next up, we have Mother Jeans. Buyer paid $50. Wow, another one, Morgan. Nice. And we charge $8.95 for shipping. This mailer here, get these free from the post office. Nice. That one's going to Alabama. We're paying $6.68. Next up here is a Harley shirt from that wonderfully successful Harley shirt buyout that we did last summer. This is an international sale, so while they may return the item, Morgan and I will never know about it, which is a definite perk because once an item ships, you really don't want to have to see it again, do you? And you know right off the bat, shipping's going to be relatively affordable because it goes to a international processing center in Illinois, which is not far from us at all. So being part of the International Seller Program is fantastic. 10.8, so it's 11 ounces. It's 2 by 11 by 7. So it's gonna cost us $5.71 to ship, even though it's an international order. Thank you for your order. We love international sales. So before we ship up this last item, guys, if you've made it this far in the video, we would really appreciate a thumbs up. It's amazing what that simple little click can do as far as pushing this video out to as many people that want to watch it. Also, highly encourage you to comment down below if there's anything that you've seen that you would have done differently or that you have more questions about. We love reading every one of those comments, and it's really gratifying to us because it actually helps us feel more like we're connecting to more of the audience rather than just people watching the video. Okay, last item we're boxing up for the weekend orders is this Xbox 360. I paid $40 for everything in the box. I went ahead and made a little bundle. Comes with 4 games, the console, the power cable, and a controller. All I have to do now is put a couple more things of bubble wrap around the controller and the power adapter, tape it all up, weigh it, measure it. This one's good to go. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and upgraded the box. These things are a little bit heavier than I anticipated, so we can place our bets now. Did we charge enough for shipping, which we have $15. The box dimensions are 18 by 12 by 6. It's going to Texas, and it's going to cost us $11.79 to ship through USPS, which is great. So we'll get that label. Next, we take these, drop them off at USPS and UPS. Then we go drop off some donations to receive our 20% discount. We'll come back home, get a little bit more organized down here so that we can list and sell more things this week. Okay, we made it back. We did the USPS, we did UPS, and we dropped off a load of stuff at Savers. A word of caution about Savers. They have a wonderful selection. They have a lot of turnover with their inventory because it is pretty good stuff. Their prices, however, can be a little on the high side. There are still things that go overlooked, just like any other thrifting situation, but it's not as likely that you're gonna find the good things for cheap. So what we do to help supplement our success at Savers is we donate anything that we know we aren't going to sell on eBay, we donate to Savers, and we get a 20% coupon. So I think these are good up to $100, yeah, of a purchase up to $100. There's a lot that you can do with that 20 bucks at like a garage sale or a different situation. In short, just be aware when you donate to Savers or their other brother companies, you should get a discount towards your next purchase. Now here's an example of stuff that we donate. It's not garbage by any means. It's just stuff that we know we're not going to take the time to list on eBay just because we know there really isn't a demand on eBay, or if the sale price is just so low that we'd rather spend our time listing other more profitable items. This is a problem, but hear me out. It's actually a good thing, right? That means that we're intaking inventory faster than we can list it and sell it. And what I love to see here is the quality of the items that are on this table here. Nice Sony electronics. We have 2 bundles that are ready to go out. We have this cool vintage electronic remote control dinosaur. He fully works. He's about 50 bucks. More electronics that we're gonna bundle together. Another camera. This guy, which is really cool, he's a shoulder puppet. Pretty rare, should get about 60 bucks for him. So while this is definitely a problem and an issue that needs to be corrected, listing these items will take care of that issue. Similar problem here, and this huge catastrophe, which I'll talk about in a future video. All right, I'm gonna get to work, bundling up some of those electronics, getting things listed. We'll check back in, wrap things up. Okay, so it's the next day. Here we are at the photo setup. I've got a few things I'm gonna photo that I prepped yesterday. Some things I cleaned, some things I tested, but to try to keep it a true day in the life video. Sometimes one day turns into 2 days, turns into 3 days, but hopefully that was kind of an interesting look at how much work actually goes into turning the finds into real profits. But there's a lot that goes on in the background in order for all that to happen. So maybe this was just kind of a fun way to show off a little bit of that. Okay, I kind of wanted to come outside. I'm getting ready to photo a couple large things. It's like 70 degrees. It's February. This is crazy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you want to follow along. So until next time, happy hunting. Rex.